Hello traders and welcome to ChrisFX. Look what I've got here. This is the ultimate chart pattern that cannot lose, guys. And I mean it, it cannot lose. Now this is a pattern that you need to be able to recognize, and this is what I'm gonna be teaching you today. Of course, you don't need to learn all of those things. This is not something that replicates itself exactly as I'm showing it right here, so do not worry at all. I'm gonna teach you how to recognize this pattern and actually what this pattern is. First of all, you don't need any daily bias with this specific pattern. This chart pattern applies to everything. It can apply to indices, stocks, Forex, but mainly we're gonna be focusing on Forex because it mostly happens on Forex, and when it happens, it is so powerful that it almost never loses, and that's absolutely true. So let's go ahead and analyze this pattern a little bit, and again, do not get overwhelmed about it because you just need to recognize what I'm gonna be telling you. And then of course we're gonna be moving to real examples on the charts, and then you will move as always to my other channel, the SMC Trader, where you will see me back testing this strategy only on one time frame, the 15-minute time frame, and you will see the results, which means that you don't have to go through the backtesting on your own, even though it is highly suggested. Let's move on with the video. The most important part of this whole pattern, as you see it right here, is nothing of those right here. It's not even this right here, but it is this part exactly right here. Why is this part the most important part? This is the point where we grabbed liquidity below those areas, this area and this area, and of course there has been liquidity grabbed below this area right here. But the most important thing is not how many lows we have grabbed, how much liquidity. The most important part is that it grabbed the liquidity impulsively, as you see. This was a very impulsive movement with a very impulsive close back into the range, and supposedly here we are on the 15-minute time frame, even though this works on all time frames. And what do we see here? We also changed character. So the importance of this pattern is that it did grab liquidity. It grabbed it very impulsively, and then it instantly retraced back into the range. If my range is this one right here, okay, anywhere above those lows, it immediately retraced back into the range, and it also changed character at the very same time, right here. You see the change of character right here. So, broke impulsively below, broke impulsively right back into the range with a change of character, and number 3, it left a fair value gap. Okay, here it has left a fair value gap. That's the most important thing. Okay, well, they're all important because if there is no impulsivity, there will not be a fair value gap. So all of the rules complement one the other. So if I was to type it down, we would have the following. 1, an impulsive grab of liquidity. 2, impulsive return back into the range. Number 3, the impulsive return also changes character, which is the same as a market structure shift. Number 4, there is the formation of an FVG. Okay, all of that is taking place on the 15-minute time frame. So 15-minute time frame, guys. There you go. So this is right here, the impulsive grab of liquidity. Okay, so I will type it down. We have the impulsive grab of liquidity taking place exactly right here. And let's minimize that, do it a little bit smaller. Here is the impulsive grab of liquidity. Now, here is the impulsive return back into the range. Let's change color for this one, and let's say this is the impulsive return. This right here, as you see it, is our change of character. Let's also put some arrows. So this is the impulsive change of character, which is happening exactly right here. Okay. Impulsive market structure shift, you can call it, or change of character. It is the exact same thing. And I can change this line if you want. I can do it something like that. Now, all of those would not suffice if there wouldn't be the existence of a fair value gap. So this is our fair value gap right here. And we can also add some text and say fair value gap. So now we have everything right here. Okay. This is the impulsive grab of liquidity. This is the impulsive return into the range. This is the impulsive market structure shift with the creation of a fair value gap. What do? You just extend this fair value gap to the right. Now there is one additional thing in these situations. And the additional thing is the following. Many times price is gonna retrace back into this FVG and it can give you multiple opportunities to trade. But more likely than not, it will penetrate some liquidity down here. And let's change this one to, let's say, our sweep of liquidity. Okay, it will penetrate some liquidity here. It will grab some liquidity. Then it will create some form of equal lows. And then it will go even deeper into this FVG and change character once again, guys. So this is an additional change of character right here. Okay, additional MSS. Okay, there you go. Additional market structure shift. And we will see later on in the charts how we're gonna be entering. Price then returns back into this range once again, and then it skyrockets. So what we have right here, we have almost the same thing happening, and I'm gonna be taking my snipping tool right here and I will make a screenshot of this one for the other channel. And from now on it is pretty simple. What you do, you identify some point of interest in here and you take your trade, let's say somewhere here with either the stop loss right here or right below the area, and you target at least this high over there. So let me minimize this a little bit, do that and add this one to my snipping tool as well, and take a screenshot of this one as well. And then we're going to be moving to our examples. Now, one thing that I want to show you exactly right here, I will take this thing as it is and I will move it. Look what I'm going to be doing. I will take this thing and I will be moving it exactly right here. What do you see now? It is this thing exactly right here. You see how beautiful this is? Of course, I have made the drawing on top of that just to show you how nicely we can combine everything. And another thing, an additional thing I can do now is to go here and place all of those in group 2. And now they are gone. We can start. I am gonna show you the example right here, and then you will go to my other channel, the SMC Trader, and you will be able to see the full back testing of this strategy with no daily bias, using only one time frame, guys, the 15-minute time frame. And of course, we have way more rules for the 15-minute time frame. Very simple rules, but rules that nobody is talking about on the internet. And you can come and enroll in my Signal service, where you can see me trading live with those rules, or you can book an one-on-one mentoring with me and I will teach you my rules. I will also provide you a bunch of material to study. So for this pattern, guys, we don't need any daily bias. I will not say that again. You are just waiting for impulsive grabs of liquidity. You can go ahead. If you are a beginner and you cannot see it with a naked eye, you can go ahead and identify lows. Those are lows, swing lows, because this low is lower than the low on the right and than the one on the left. You can identify those and you can say, okay, Chris told me to identify all, let's say, the swing lows, because I am a beginner potentially, of course. Okay. And now I'm waiting to see what Chris has been talking about. I have one grab of liquidity, let's say right here, there was another low right here. Usually there will be a bunch of intermediate lows because on lower time frames people here are going long, for example, and then price is stopping them out. They did the same somewhere here, price stopped them out. So imagine it like that there are multiple grabs of liquidity. Then you grab those liquidities down here from both these lows, and what do you do? What do we do? There you go, guys. What do we see here? Exactly what I told you. There are a bunch of grabs of liquidities, and of course there was an additional one right here. Okay, we formed a pattern such as this one. We grabbed liquidity, but we instantly retraced back into the range and we changed character. Here we have a market structure shift. Not only that, we created, of course, our fair value gap. From there, now, you will tell me, but Chris, price retraced. No, actually, yes, but this is a pattern that you will be highlighting the rest of the FVG that has been untested. You will be waiting for price to return into this area. Of course, you can tell me you could have already gotten a trade right here, and you're absolutely right. Especially with our rules, we would have already gotten at least a 4-to-1 right here. Actually, it gave an opportunity for an at least 4-to-1. This is what I want to say. And then you will be expecting what I told you, more equal lows to be formed, okay, or more small grabs of liquidity, and you will be expecting price to retrace even deeper into this FVG right here and give you one additional change of character. Let's move forward. You see lows are being created, more liquidity grabbed here, liquidity grabbed here. Okay, here, down here, there is more liquidity. People, believe it or not, are entering trades all over the place. People are also entering trades exactly right here, believe it or not. And then you will understand when the time comes, because what you will see is gonna be extremely impulsive, guys. So let's move forward. There you go. Now, this one, I will tell you something. This one right here was where I called our first trade. To be honest, I thought this was the one. This was the real move right here. Exactly right here, we entered a long and we won it. I thought this was the pattern because it grabbed a ton of liquidity, came back deeper into the FVG, and then it broke impulsively and changed character. And for the moment, I will go ahead and I will be deleting those areas right here. Now, many times you will see with this pattern that price will come additional time and test at least the middle of this FVG. So the middle of the FVG has been tested. What did we do? We changed character once again. Okay, nice. This is the place where you can be taking your entry, guys. Where can I be taking my entry, Chris? Where? Well, you could take it higher. So in this occasion, you could be taking your trade higher at, let's say, the 50% somewhere here, or you can draw a line right here at the top of this one, which I think is a breaker block, exactly on a lower time frame. You can say that I have an additional FVG here. Draw this line from this candlestick if you wanna be activated very low. I would be entering from here. I didn't enter this trade, but I would be entering from here. I entered the immediate previously. And now you can target daily areas, such as in this occasion, we had areas up here that can be targeted. So this one could be giving you at least a 4-to-1, or I think even a 5-to-1. I don't even recall how much. Yeah, exactly. There you go. So of course this went for even more and more. It went up to 8.6-to-1 as we are talking right now. But generally speaking, this is the pattern. Now what I want from you is to go to my other channel, the SMC Trader, go ahead and check out the full backtesting of this strategy analytically and the statistics. It is gonna be using only one time frame, The 15-minute time frame, it is the best chart pattern that when you recognize, it almost never loses on Forex, but you will not see this pattern forming every single day unless you have a bunch of Forex pairs on the right of your screen, which I do not suggest at all. I suggest mastering a couple of pairs only. This is gonna do it for today, traders, and thank you all for watching. Until next time.